My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Top Gun Maverick. And yes, I know I already reviewed this movie back in May 2022, but here's the deal. In that other review, I said I liked the movie, I didn't love it. I think I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, and I complained about the supporting characters. I think I complained about the cliches, and I know I didn't like the romance. But I have watched this movie multiple times in the past few years, and every time I watch it, I love this movie more. And it's a movie I've really come to appreciate. And, just cutting to the chase, this movie is fucking perfect. Holy shit, it's so good. It really is. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Tom Cruise is fantastic here. He's charismatic, he has plenty of personality, he carries this movie incredibly well, he can be funny, he hits those emotional beats, he just did everything that he needed to perfectly. And then we get Miles Teller, and I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves for this movie. He's really great. He brings lots of dramatic weight here, and I was impressed. Jennifer Connelly is so sweet and so likable, and I love what she brings to this movie. Glenn Powell is just a background character, but he still goes through an arc where he has to humble himself, and he elevates this character. He brings so much genuine charisma, and he really stands out. Charles Parnell does a pretty decent job. He brought enough to his character. John Hamm does a very good job as well. Ed Harris is barely in this movie, but it's still nice to see him. And Val Kilmer is only in one scene, but he does pretty good, all things considering. And then there's Louis Pullman and Monica Barbaro and the rest of the cast, and they all do a fine job. So the cast really delivers, and they elevate this movie. And I love the character drama throughout. It feels real, and you understand every character, making it more complicated than you might initially think. And by the end, there is some real emotion when everybody is celebrating and everybody is giving each other's hugs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I tear up. I think it's a thing of beauty. And I do love the romance in this movie. I really don't know what past Gavin was thinking, but the romance just adds so much sweetness and charm and likability to this movie. And I love that one scene where Maverick is sneaking out of her house and her daughter sees him and she's just like, don't break her heart again. What's great about that moment is it starts off as a funny gag, but then it actually becomes a real sincere character moment. And that's maybe my favorite scene of this entire movie, if I'm being honest. I also do like how funny this movie can be. That one scene of John Hamm just chewing Maverick out for going too low, and then Maverick responds with asking him for permission to go low. Like, that is such a quick gag, and I love it at the end of the movie when Rooster rescues Maverick and Maverick goes to give him shit and they're just like, I was saving you. Well, I'm saving you. And I don't know, I think that moment is quite amusing. And Joseph Kosinski did not get the credit he deserved for his work on this movie. Like, this movie is incredibly well directed. You look at the fight scenes and the way they're shot, the way they're edited, like, it took a man with a vision to bring this movie to life, and it shows throughout. The movie is beautifully shot, lots of incredible looking moments, and I love how they use IMAX cameras. And this movie is thrilling when it needs to be. I love the opening scene of Maverick going Mach 10. Just a real impactful way to begin it. And the movie is really smart in how it's written because it tells you over and over again what the mission is, what they need to do, until you, the audience member, know the mission like the back of your hand. So when the third act kicks in, you know exactly what needs to happen. It keeps you engaged, it keeps you invested, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. And the last act does really deliver. I love how even when Maverick and Rooster are behind enemy lines, it doesn't turn into a cliche action movie. They go for an old plane and use that because this movie is about flying and it stays true to that. And I appreciate that. I really do. I also thought the music by Harold Faltermeyer, Lady Gaga, and Hans Zimmer was quite good. I love how the movie constantly teases you the song Hold My Hand throughout, only to get the big finish at the very end of this movie. And look, Lady Gaga has made some great songs. I think this one is my favorite. It just has this power, this rawness to it, and the final 2 minutes of this movie just gives me chills every time because of that song. I also do like the One Republic song, I Ain't Worried. It's just a very fun song. And that football scene is very fun. So, yes, I have really come to love this movie now. I think it's fun. I think it's thrilling. I think the cast does a great job. There's some great emotional character drama. There's some nice, sweet romance. The movie is incredibly put together. It gives you everything you could possibly want from a movie like this. And even though it took me a little bit of time, I'm glad I have come to appreciate this movie on this level. So I'm giving Top Gun Maverick a 9 out of 10. I do think it's important to recognize that opinions can change over time. Your relationship with a movie can evolve. But Top Gun Maverick, have you seen it? Of course you have. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.